Hello, Life Coach Anush Gagua here, the co-founder of Outstanding Life Coach and Anush TV. Welcome to your outstanding life with Anush TV, the place to be to start creating the kind of life you've always wanted. Your go-to every week for success, healthy lifestyle, and transformation. Wherever you are in life, whether it is in your relationship, in your finances, in your business, there's always a next level. So my question to you is this: what is your next level? And how committed are you to moving your life, to taking your life to that next level where you are being the best version of yourself? We are here to share with you the best tools and techniques in the personal development industry to help you take your life to that very level, whether it is a better relationship, a better career, more energy to do the things that are important to you. You know, only you know what is a must for you to change to start living the life that you deserve and desire. And we are here with my team to help you get there. So today's question is this: have you been trying really hard over and over again to stop smoking or any other habit that has not been serving you, but yet you continue going back to it? Like my neighbor, she has been smoking nonstop, and she always tells me, "Oh, Anush, I got to stop smoking. I got to stop smoking." She even got into the hospital. Why is that? So if you are one of these people that really wants to get rid of that habit but don't know how, stay with us, because today's guest will show you what you can do directly to take your life into your own hands and really start making healthy changes in your life and stop smoking or overeating or whatever that terrible bad habit of yours is that is not helping you be the best version of yourself. Our guest today is a clinical hypnotherapist, Liza Boubari. She is the founder of the Heal Within Clinical Center, and she's a hypnotherapist that has changed many lives for the past decade now. With me here today is Liza. This program is brought to you by Gagua Group International, doing business development, branding, and online marketing for your success. Hi, Liza. So nice to be with you here today.
Hi, Anush. How are you?
Excellent. Before we get to the whole thing in terms of hows and what's and all that, I know that for you, that has been a long journey, and you have come to hypnotherapy yourself through your own story. So please share your story, because people will look at you and they'll go, "Look at her. She has it all figured out. She has her own business. She has all these accolades, and she's fit. What about me? I have no time. I have no resources. I don't have the luxury to design my life the way I want it to be." So what would you say to those people? And share your story pretty much.
Well, thank you very much. First and foremost, everyone has got a story. We all have a story. And what we do with our story is the most important aspect of our life. I myself used to be the same boat as what your viewers are. You know, when we look at a runner and we say, "Wow, she's got gorgeous legs and gorgeous body, and I will never have that. How did she get that?" Is because she is running and has been running for so long. So my story is simple and yet unique to myself. Being in the legal field and as a paralegal for over 9 years, I developed my body started breaking down. And having an ovarian cyst, I was referred to an acupuncturist who referred me to a hypnotherapist. And after a few sessions, I realized why my body is creating it. And through hypnotherapy, I healed myself. That took me to leave the legal field and go into the science of hypnosis and understanding what our subconscious and conscious mind. Consciously, we look, listen, and learn, and subconsciously, it stores the information. Our subconscious mind also regulates our body, and our subconscious mind can also rewind and recall all the information. So whatever habits and behaviors we have developed from day one, either by us or through us, family members and everything, we can also change habits because we are in total control of our mind and of our body. That is the gist of what we do, and hypnotherapy is a phenomenal, and it's a science.
So for you, when you were going through all that and
Yes.
you said your life pretty much was calling you to make a change in your life. And that's why you had
True.
a dis-ease in your life.
Exactly.
And a lot of times with hypnotherapy, people have this myth about hypnotherapy. They think, for example, number one myth is that it is going to lead
Sleep.
people to sleep, and also they're going to lose control of their mind. And who wants to lose control of their minds? So just can you give us a brief?
Sure. Hypnosis is an altered state. It's a trance state. We go in and out of trance every single day, which is driving a car, being on the freeway, being in front of the computer or in front of TV. When the commercial comes on, we doze off, and yet we hear everything. If the phone rings, we hear it. That is the state of hypnosis. And my joke is, if it was about being asleep, my entire office would be filled with clients that never woke up. So, but what hypnosis is more awareness of who we are, what we are, and how we feel internally. So it's relaxing and listening to suggestions and feeling. So stop smoking, one of the things you mentioned, is we are not born smokers. So it's a habit. We go in and we change the habit, not consciously. Sometimes it's not always about a will, it's also about what we feel about the behavior. So once we change the feeling, I no longer need or want to smoke, and what the smoke is no longer giving me what it used to, that's when the change happens.
You know, what do you say to people that are really stressed out in their lives? So they go to food or they go to cigarette to feel that instant
Or alcohol.
feeling, or alcohol, or many other things.
Some people go into sports and run.
Right. So there are empowering ways and disempowering ways.
Correct.
So some people, they know in their gut, like my neighbor, she's a classic example. She even has gotten into hospital because of not taking care of her body.
Does she live alone?
No, she doesn't. And her daughters also smoke. So it's kind of like this thing that they do together.
Her
But
mother smoked too?
I don't know about her mother. Yet what happens is they all want to give up smoking, but they don't. And they say, I really want to do it, I really want to do it, that they don't. So can people that, you know, they say they want to quit smoking, can they be kind of dropped off into your office? And that's why you do the hypnotherapy. That can someone be forced into
No.
hypnotherapy?
You cannot force anyone into hypnosis. Okay? It's not therapy. Hypnotherapy is doing therapy through hypnosis and relaxation. Okay. So no one has control over another person. I cannot hypnotize you against your will. You cannot do or say anything that it's against your moral beliefs and judgment.
Right.
Okay? So from the moment you make an appointment, from the moment you go into a hypnotherapist's office, you are choosing to walk in there and saying, I am a willing participant. Even people who look at the stage and they go, are you going to make me quack like a duck or bark like a dog? No. But the person who goes up on stage is giving permission just by walking up on stage.
So they have to be suggestible.
Suggestible and willing. It's a willing participant. It is having consent. So you are giving consent to someone for them to work with you. That's why people who do the weight, the ones who lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, it's because food becomes their buddy system. They find comfort in eating. Okay? When they are stressed, they eat. When they're happy, they eat. So food is their comfort.
So a lot of people have
Smoking is their comfort.
A lot of people have that understanding, and they go, you know, this cigarette, or, you know, this cigarette has been with me through hard times, through good times. This is my body. I don't know how to get rid of it. I know that it is even killing me, but it's like, and some people say, I'd rather die happy than kind of let go. So there's this really strong attachment to smoking.
Yes.
And a lot of times in psychology and all that, they say that all of the action is in our subconscious mind.
Okay.
So how does that switch happen when you tap into their subconscious mind?
Two things have to be in place
Okay.
for any change to happen. One, the pain is so bad that it's no longer beneficial to you. This pain is so bad that it's excruciating and it's hurting you, either physically, mentally, or emotionally. Or the reward is so great that you can't wait to have it. If someone has a grandchild and the grandchild looks up and says, "Grandma or Grandpa, oh," and they don't want to kiss you, that grandparent, that adult looks and says, "But I want to hug my grandchild." And if this smell is bothering, and if that grandchild, I want to be around to see her or him grow up, graduate, or even a parent, not only a grandparent, that in itself becomes an incentive. When you want to get married or go to a prom, losing weight becomes so much easier because you want to fit in that perfect dress. And then once the prom is over, they go back into eating. That is one of the reasons, is resolutions for New Year's do not work as well, because it's instead of resolutions that you resolute, because resolute means it's already resolved. But if you set an intention and just like coaching, you follow and commit to your intention, you will have it.
So it's pretty much pain or pleasure. It all comes down to either getting pain out of that cigarette or getting pleasure out of that cigarette. So when they are smoking, they think it's pretty much at that point it's instant pleasure.
Of course it is.
And then it becomes really painful. But then when their grandchild, for example,
it's not painful to them, it's painful to the body.
It's painful to the body.
And the body reacts with a negative.
Do you go into people's mind and help them understand consciously and change that dynamic between pain and pleasure?
What a great question. I do not go in their mind. I guide them so they can go and tap into their own self. I'm not there. I give suggestions and guide them and help them so they can go in. As a matter of fact, at this very moment, our viewers are looking, listening to us, but I bet you anything, you haven't even thought about the chair you're sitting in and your surrounding, even though there's other sounds that it's happening around them.
Okay.
That in itself, the focused attention is a way of trance state.
Yeah, where focus goes, energy flows.
That's it. Good job. Yes. Where focus goes, energy flows.
That's renowned Tony. So I want to read one of your clients. Jim says, I sat with Liza, not necessarily ready to quit smoking, but when I left, I had no desire to smoke. I had smoked for over 30 years. I don't know, but it worked. I have been a non-smoker since 2001.
Yes.
So with this particular client, can you share the story of this particular client? He signed off and agreed to share his story.
Well, this particular client, like so many, I even had another client that came in and challenged me in a way that, can you do this? Can you help me stop? And I said, are you ready? And he said, well, I've been ready for a long time. And I said, no, are you ready for you to stop? Because I can't make you. And he says, I am. And I said, now that you said yes, let's do it. So what happens is the willingness can be there, but if the subconscious and the conscious mind are not in sync and in harmony together, then there might be a disconnect. And that's where I come to guide them into that. That's where the therapy is all about.
So do you said consciously they may want to do it, subconsciously it's still not there. So do you make that alignment?
Of course. I help them make the alignment.
And how many sessions does it usually take for someone?
It all depends. For stop smoking, about 3 sessions. For weight loss, because there is an emotional layer. So many people hold on to a lot of weight because it's a self-preservation and protection. A lot of things we do, we are doing it for us. So when the body, there is a disease, the body is protecting us. It's saying, giving the signal, take care of me, pay attention to me. So that's why from anxiety, IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, that those are things that are stress related and sometimes created by us for us. Those are the things that we help. And it is guiding you and helping you to first acknowledge what is the issue, the problem.
Right, awareness is the first step.
Okay, that's the first step, acknowledging. Second step is to accept what was and to accept where you are at this very moment and who you are. The third is, once there is the acknowledgement and acceptance, you are ready now to move forward in life. In life, we move forward to our most dominant thought pattern. So if our dominant thought pattern is joy, that's what we go for. We want to travel, we want to buy a house, we start looking for open houses, right? When you want to become a non-smoker, you have a great reward. You will feel better. You will go running. You will go back into exercising. You will feel so refreshed and your body will be clear of that. So you replace it with what? A health. The motivation.
And you know, I've heard one of your lectures where you talk about not quitting smoking, but starting a smoke-free life.
Right.
So it's just not quitting something, but it's starting something new. Can you talk a little bit about the development of any habit and what's the 33 days? That's the number that everybody is talking about.
Created by Liza.
Everybody is talking about that. You need at least 33 days to develop a new habit. Share more about that.
Some people call it 12 days, 21 days, 30 days, 1 month. I created it at 33 days because in 1 month, as human beings, we move forward in life because we are time conscious. I'll see you in an hour, there is a day, a minute here and there. So because in a month, there is 31 days. If we move forward in life and become a success, success brings more success, right? Okay. So if you are successful for 1 whole month and you've already been a success for 2 more days, because a month is 31 days, the longest, and you've got 2 more days of success, and the next month is already left with 28 days, isn't it easier for you to be a success for 28 days instead of another 31 days? So it's all psychological, but everything about who we are is psychological. Stand in front of the mirror and wink. Who smiles? The person in the mirror.
Right.
Not another person, not the Joneses, not the person who's got expectations, not the person who's giving you the anxiety or the stress. You are. So the next time you stand in front of the mirror, wink. The next time you stand in the mirror, be nicer to yourself. Say one thing that is loving. Empowerment comes from self-goodness, self-gratitude, self-appreciation. If we start liking ourselves 1 day at a time with one thing and having gratitude and appreciation of who we are, you can have more success and get rid of all the things that are no longer worthy or good for you.
People ask a lot and wonder a lot is, okay, you know, I have stopped smoking, but now I am overeating, or I have stopped overeating and now I'm doing alcohol. You know, with your clients, is there specific statistics in terms of what happens to your clients over the years? And if one so-called addiction, once you release one sort of addiction, do they get it?
Do they go back?
Yeah, do they go back?
Sometimes they do. And it's what the button was that pushed for them to go back. You know, a lot of people stop smoking and then they say, I had a client, let's do this. It's a story. Had a client who stopped smoking. A year before the year was over, she called me and she says, Liza, I'm so sorry. I have to make an appointment because I started smoking again. So she came in. And then we had it all taken care of. Within a year, she called me and she says, I don't understand this. So what happens is we were taking care of the symptom, but not cause. On the third time, a year later, when she came in, we had to do deeper therapy work on it because she can remain a non-smoker until that one time, and it's not because it was Christmas or anything. Guess what it was?
What was it?
Her mother had passed away. And because she used to smoke with her mother, every time it was the time of the year, the anniversary of her mom's death, she would automatically pick up the cigarette. It was a trigger without her realizing when it was. On the third time, once we had that, it was like, okay, this time I no longer need to have a cigarette to remember my mother. So it was replaced with, I will remember her with a joy and bring flowers or do something that they used to do together, but in a joyous way instead of the smoking.
So it all pretty much comes down to understanding what does it give you, you know, what is the pleasure that you're getting out of it, and then how you can get the same thing with a more empowering way of doing it. Yes?
Everything is for me, by me, and it's put in there for me, by me.
And really,
things do not happen to us; they happen
for us. That's a big one. That's a big one. And this holiday season, what are, you know, we only have a minute or two. Okay. So what are some of the tips that you can recommend for people to really deal with anxiety and holiday stress?
Stress is all over. And recognize that stress is all over. And there's good stress and that there's bad stress. So make a point. When you are setting a resolution, set intentions. Take a nice deep breath, wait 3 minutes for all your habits and urges will go away. If you drink a water, if you are a smoker, wait 3 minutes, that initial urge goes over. If you are an overeater or eat emotionally, remember, leave the last bite on your plate and share it with the universe or the ants with the garbage. Stress is something that surrounds you, but from this day forward, appreciate yourself, acknowledge, have more gratitude, and say thank you. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for this body of yours that is housing you, protecting you, and shielding you. And with that smile, I say thank you.
And thank you so much, and looking forward to what's next. And I love hearing the stories of transformation, and looking forward to more very soon.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for watching us. Please tune in again next week and start making healthy little tweaks in your life to take your life from where you are to where you want to be. And pretty soon you will be living the life you deserve and desire. And if you really like this video, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends. And in the end, I have one big question for you. Please come on over to Anush Gagua and leave your comment there. And here is that question. What is one thing in your life that you changed years ago, and because of that, you are in a much better place in your life? That's it for now. With much love, Anush Gagua.